The desert wind sliced across my face as their red taillights disappeared into the black highway. My hand gripped my 6-year-old son Arjun's shoulder. His bare feet pressed into the gravel. "Mama, are they coming back?" I couldn't answer. My throat closed. My parents' voices still echoed. Leeches like, "You need to learn to crawl." My father hadn't even looked at me. Just shoved the door open, grabbed my bag, threw it in the dirt. My mother sat in the passenger seat, arms crossed, lips twisted, silent. "You're 24. Tessa, stop acting like the world owes you." That's what she said when I refused to give them Arjun's child support money. It was supposed to be a 2-day visit. Instead, they dumped us at 2 a.m. in the middle of nowhere. No phone, no water, no mercy. Arjun tugged my hoodie. "Mama, my feet hurt." I sat in the dirt and wrapped him in my sweater. All I had was half a granola bar and my old ballet flats. I slipped them on his feet, 3 sizes too big. He didn't complain. "Try to sleep, baby. I'll figure something out." He curled beside me, using the duffel bag as a pillow. I held him and tried not to cry. They always hated that I kept him. "You ruined your future," my mother hissed when I came home pregnant at 19. "No man's going to marry a girl with baggage," my father snapped. I believed them. For years. But Arjun was the only person who ever looked at me like I mattered. I didn't sleep. I sat until my back screamed and the stars turned gray. No cars, not one. Then, just as I thought we'd have to walk, I saw headlights. A pickup truck slowed, stopped. An older woman leaned out, faded denim shirt, kind eyes. "You two okay?" I nodded too fast. Car broke down. She looked at Arjun on the ground. Then, at me, cracked lips. Dirt under my nails. "Get in." I hesitated. She popped the door. I don't ask twice. Her name was Sandra. She handed me water. Turned up the heat. Her truck smelled like lemon and old books. After 5 minutes, she said, "You look like someone whose family should be ashamed." I stared at her. I was kicked out too, once pregnant alone. Now I run a mechanic shop and rescue stray girls. Looks like I just picked up another. I covered my mouth and sobbed. She took us to her place, a tiny house behind her shop. A cot, a couch, real food. For 2 weeks she gave us shelter. But more than that, she gave me time. Time to feel the pain. Time to realize what my parents did wasn't just cruel, it was calculated. Punishment for disobedience, for independence, for refusing to be their servant. They tried to break me, but in that desert, something else broke instead. And I wasn't crawling for anyone ever again. 19 days to heal physically. I tracked every bruise like a calendar. Cracked heel, aching back, Arjun's blistered feet, all of it healed. But something deeper was waking up. Sandra offered space. Hot meals, work. By day 10, I was helping in the garage. Changing oil, rotating tires, replacing timing belts. She paid me in cash and quiet confidence. "You're sharper than you look," she said, handing me a wrench. "I've always been sharp," I replied. "They just never let me prove it." One evening, Arjun was asleep on Sandra's couch. I scrolled through my old phone. I opened the family group chat. My mom's last message. "You always twist things to make us look bad. No one told you to bring your drama into our weekend." My drama. As if they hadn't kicked me and my child into the desert at 2 a.m., my hands shook. Not from fear, from purpose. I didn't want revenge that looked like rage. I wanted removal, deletion, erasure. They threw me away. So I decided to erase them. Not loudly, not messily, completely. The next day, I changed my last name. Sandra signed as my witness, driver's license, social security, health insurance. Every trace of the name Carver vanished. Arjun's last name was updated too. I gave him mine, not my father's. I cut the phone line, got a new number. No forwarding address, no online trail. Every document they used to control me, gone. But erasing them from paper wasn't enough. I went deeper. I found the family lawyer in an old email thread. Wrote a formal letter with Sandra's help. I wanted no part of their estate, their assets, their name. I wanted out of the will, notarized. Sandra asked if I was sure. I said, "They threw me out like trash. I'm just putting the lid on the can." Then came the final step. Arjun asked one night, "Mama, why don't we visit Grandma and Grandpa?" I knelt down, kissed his forehead, "Because we're building a family from scratch. One that doesn't hurt people." He looked confused for a second, then nodded. He never asked again. The more I removed, the more I felt my body lift, like their cruelty had weight. And I was finally setting it down. I started writing again, something I hadn't done since high school. Short essays, stories, thoughts, Sandra read one by accident, handed it back. You've got something. Don't hide it. By month 3, I had 3 part-time gigs. Garage, diner, writing ghost pieces for a parenting blog. I wasn't repairing a life. I was rebuilding one. But then something strange happened. A letter arrived, addressed to Tessa Carver. Childish handwriting, Arjun had written it. Slipped it in the mailbox without telling me. Dear Grandma and Grandpa, I love Mama. You were mean to her. But if you say sorry, maybe we can see you again. Love, Arjun. He drew a heart with 3 people inside. 1 huge smile. 2 frowns. I read it. My hands frozen. Sandra walked in, saw me holding it. You going to send it? No, I whispered. I'm going to show it to them. Her eyebrows rose. I didn't mean by mail. I meant in person. 3 months later, I drove the same road they'd abandoned me on. But this time, I wasn't limping. I wasn't crying. I wasn't begging. Arjun was at a sleepover Sandra arranged. She said, you go settle this. Not for them. For you. I parked down the street from their house, exactly as I remembered. Prim lawn, smug garden gnome, that stupid family is everything plaque by the window. I stood there 10 whole minutes. Then I rang the bell. My mom opened the door, phone in hand. When she saw me, she blinked twice like I was a ghost. Tessa, she croaked. My dad appeared behind her, holding a bag of chips. She's back. I knew she'd come crawling. I smiled. I didn't come to crawl. I came to bury. My mom narrowed her eyes. What are you talking about? Where's Arjun? Safe. I replied. Far away from people who treat blood like poison. They tried to talk. To spin? To smirk? Dad even chuckled. You still mad about a little desert drama? Come on. You survived, didn't you? I pulled out the folded letter Arjun had written, held it up. This is what you lost. Mom tried to grab it. I yanked it back. It's not yours anymore. You don't get to see what love looks like after you broke it. Dad leaned on the doorframe. So what now? You here to throw some tantrum? I reached into my bag, pulled out a small brown shoebox. Inside, neatly stacked, were copies of every legal document I'd filed. Name change, notarized will removal, custody updates, bank account closures, and a handwritten letter I wrote them in the desert motel. At the bottom was a single photo. Arjun smiling with Sandra, holding a birthday cupcake. The one you missed. Because you don't even know when it is. I handed the box to my mom. I'm here to erase you, officially, emotionally, completely. She stared at it like it was radioactive. I turned to leave. Dad shouted, you think you're special now? You think that makes you better than us? I turned back, one last time. Standing at the edge of their porch, no, I said calmly. I don't think I'm better. I know I'm free. Then I walked away. I didn't slam the door. I didn't scream. I just erased them the way they tried to erase me. 2 years later, I stood in front of a small classroom of single mothers at a women's shelter in Arizona. Guest speaker, sharing how to rebuild after betrayal. My name tag read Tessa James. Arjun sat in the back, doodling, happy. One woman asked, how did you do it? How did you get out? I smiled. I got out when I stopped trying to make broken people hold sacred things. You can't build a future in a house that buried you alive. Outside, the wind picked up. Dry desert wind. The same kind that used to sting when I cried on the side of the road. Now it just felt like freedom. Because they kicked me out like garbage. So I erased their existence like they never mattered. And I never looked back.